Baba. 23,463 COVID-19 cases in Ghana today, 641 of them reported just last night. President Akufo-Addo, the Chief Justice, Senior Minister, and many others remain in isolation. COVID is real.
We'll be burying 5 at a go. We're going to bury more. We only want to alert the public. The COVID is real, and therefore protect yourself. Observe the national protocol measures to protect yourself, protect your family.
The news is live from digital address GA0993341, available in Accra on Joy 99.7 and Hits 103.9 FM, in Kumasi on Love 99.5 FM, affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including ATL FM in the Central Region, Fafa Radio in the Volta Region, Golu 91.7 in the Upper West Region, Kesbe FM in the Northern Region, and Radio 4BC in the Upper East Region. Around the world, it is at myjoyonline.com. Coming up, widespread reports of military harassment fraught ongoing registration process as Congress of Chiefs and Queen Mothers in the whole West District appealed to government to intervene.
What happened in Honuta when soldiers descended on Honuta and started molesting and intimidating people with pointing guns at them is uncalled for.
Meanwhile, the minority in parliament is questioning the legal instruments backing the Electoral Commission's decision to conduct registration of senior high school students in Ghana.
What do you want to do? You want to create confusion. The law, the CR91, is clearly spelled out those who can register.
But the EC says it has not breached any law and will go ahead with the exercise today. Also, nurses and midwives across the country say they are demotivated and their morale is down after it emerged 410 of their colleagues have been infected with coronavirus, with one fatality.
In business, Bank of Ghana indicates preparedness to review COVID-19 measures if there are signs of hurting the economy. More on the Joy Business Report.
And later, all is set for the maiden edition of the Joy ballot box today as residents in Volta Regional Town of Oho share issues likely to influence their voting decisions in the December 7 polls. Let's start now from the Volta region, where the Congress of Chiefs and Queen Mothers in the whole West District of the Volta region have appealed to government to advise military personnel deployed to the area to desist from intimidating and molesting residents. They accuse the security personnel of ransacking homes in search of foreigners alleged to have traveled to Ghana to participate in the completion of the electoral roll. Leader of the Congress and President of the Volta region, House of Chiefs, Osie Ajatakpo, wants government to act.
We don't want the situation where someone will come and point to us, someone who is working for me as my son should be pointed as a Togolese. No, we are the same people on the other side of the border. What happened in Honuta, where soldiers descended onto the town, is not acceptable. What happened in Honuta, when soldiers descended on Honuta and started molesting and intimidating people with pointing guns at them, is uncalled for.
President of the Volta Region House of Chiefs. Also at Elembele in the Western Region, the Member of Parliament, Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa, is accusing government and the Military High Command of using its officials to intimidate electorates at polling centers within the Elembele district.
Ghanaian citizens who are reluctantly, under very difficult circumstances, basically being forced to go and take risk to register at the risk of their lives. And as they are exercising that constitutional right, they witnessed presence of Ghana armed forces inscribed soldiers with guns.
Meanwhile, the minority in parliament has described the move by the Electoral Commission to extend the ongoing voters registration exercise to senior high schools as illegal. The exercise is starting this morning in all senior high schools, but according to the Asawasi MP Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak, the move by the EC is in breach of CI 91. He says it is likely to create confusion.
This is against the CI 91. The CI 91 is very clear. You want to create a polling station, you have to gazette it and use 21 days before the start of the registration. Now you've chosen to go and start to create registration centers in secondary schools when you've not gazetted it. What do you want to do? You want to create confusion. Remember, the law, the CR91, is clearly spelled out those who can register. You have to be a resident. You have to hail from the place. Students who come to school and go back to school do not qualify to register in their school because unless you are from that community, you don't hail from that community. You don't reside from that community.
Asawasi MP Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak. But the EC says it has not breached any law and will go ahead with the exercise starting this morning. Here's Director of Electoral Services, Dr. Sribo Kwaku.
The schools are not going to be polling stations. The students are supposed to register at the nearby polling stations. But because there is a restriction on them, so instead of them going to the centers, we are going to register them and assign them those polling stations. So we are not going to assign them to ungazetted polling stations. We are registering them for a gazetted registration center. They will not have separate codes. All the codes that will be given will be the polling stations that if they had gone there themselves, that would be.
Director of Electoral Services, Dr. Sribo Kwaku. Remember, Joy News is still your election headquarters. All is set for the maiden edition of the Joy Ballot Box today at the forecourt of the Hohoi Old Municipal Assembly. This year's program seeks to promote an all-inclusive, issues-driven and peaceful election. In 2016, the citizen-driven event focused on poverty and inequality. But Joy Ballot Box this year will be targeting the vulnerable, including women, persons with disability and the youth, to provide them with a platform to engage with duty bearers on issues that will inform their votes on December 7. Deputy Head of Joy News Political Desk, Winston Amwa, is with the team on the ground and joins us with more. Hello, Winston.
Hello, Maxwell.
What is the mood ahead of today's event?
Well, so Maxwell, the mood is that of excitement, and we can't wait till it's 5 p.m. so the program commences, so that people can actually share with us their concerns or issues that would actually decide the choices they make come December 7, 2020.
What should listeners expect?
What a lot. I mean, you've talked about the 2016 event and how different that is going to be from this year. So we're basically asking, the vulnerable groups, as in persons with disability, women, as well as the youth, what will be influencing their decisions come December 7, 2020. And they have voted. We've done the collation, we have the results, and that would certainly set the agenda for today's discussion. We're going to be asking duty bearers how they intend addressing these issues. And so based on what they say to the people, that certainly would be influencing the choice. And in fact, actually, let me just tell you that, speaking with the market women, one of the things that has come up, and it would surprise you, is that the market women have been asking questions. You see, one of the things that would influence their choices is how well we resolve issues to do with COVID-19 so their children can go back to school.
Okay, Winston Amwa is Deputy Head of Political Desk here at Joy News. Still on what we are doing at the Multimedia Group Limited to better our society. The emergence of the coronavirus pandemic has drawn attention now more than ever before to the importance of understanding of research for dissemination to the public. But many medical experts have little or no ability to break their findings into simple language for the ordinary person. The situation gives rise to a plethora of distorted and fake news with devastating consequences for healthcare delivery. Now, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and the Multimedia Group have set out to bridge that gap. We're bringing you more on our partnership with the KNUST to train medical journalists in our subsequent bulletins here on Joy News. To some COVID-19 issues, nurses and midwives across the country say they are demotivated and their morale is down after it emerged that 410 of their colleagues have been infected with coronavirus with one fatality. The nurses say they are still facing challenges with supply of personal protective equipment and testing. Speaking to Joy News, General Secretary of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, David Tinkran, said the situation will eventually affect their ability to serve in health facilities across the country.
Positive, and it means that you who is negative is going to break your back and to do more than you were previously doing, and that is what is going on. It doesn't look good for the health sector. A time will come that you will come and you won't find any nursery doctor to take care of you any longer.
David Tinkran there. Now to our last story. Have you ever heard of the canopy neem trees in Ghana? As the world battles climate change, sometimes triggered by the felling of trees, the people of Sandema in the Busa South District of the Upper East region have been able to guard neem trees that were planted nearly 100 years ago to become an iconic feature of the town's landscape. As part of our JN Explore series, here's a report by Joy News Justice Beidou.
The entrance to Sandema is breathtaking. Lush green neem trees planted here in 1909 by King of Sandema then, Nab Aita Azantilo